Hello drivers, there has been so much news in the last couple of days regarding Ubisoft that you may have seen on your social feeds. Hello drivers, it's an amazing news to report today because it marks a big step in terms of modding for driver parallel lines, as well as opening up many opportunities for content creation. The driver parallel lines hook. If you don't know what a hook is, it's basically a tool that allows you to modify the behavior of the game and add new features, like a cheat table but integrated directly into the game, such as the mod menu for Driver San Francisco that we talked about months ago and that I've used a lot. For driver parallel lines, this tool is made by Ermaccer and is available on his website linked in the description. He is the creator of many such tools, but this is the first time he has done it for a driver game. In this video I will show you what it does, but it's very easy to install and use, so do not hesitate to try it because it is a lot of fun. Once download and extract into the game's directory, simply start the game and press F1 in-game to open the menu. Most of the settings are done in this menu, but you can also toggle a few keys to trigger some of the functions. In the Player tab, the most interesting features, in my opinion, is the ability to change your skin, like the Body Snatcher cheats if you are familiar with the game, but this time you can choose any of the available skins at any time by changing the ID. I haven't played with this feature much, but it could be interesting for machinima or short video IDs in the future. You can also trigger character animation in this tab, but I didn't try that much because it looked complicated, at least to me. The Vehicles tab is simpler and more convenient. It allows you to spawn any vehicle from the breakdown list and more than once, as you can see. I haven't checked how many cars you can spawn before the game crashes, but be aware that even without mods the game could freeze just by changing the era. That's the PC port for you. If you go to the advanced menu, you can choose the colors the car will spawn in. This reminds me of a lot of tools that the GTA games had in the past, so I'm really glad to see it in the driver games, after the mod menu of Driver San Francisco and before a similar hook for Driver 3 that is also in the works, although that game is much harder to mod. And when you are in the vehicles, you can also change the colors if you want to edit it. Anyway, you can now activate Infinite Mass in parallel lines. Just click once in the same tab and it's on. It works in the same way as Driver 3, although you still get the small speed loss when you hit a car, which is specific to parallel lines. This is the first version of the tool, so Ermaccer may update it in the future. The next tab is the teleporter, something we already knew a few years ago thanks to Snoopy and his cheat table. In the same way, you can select the place you want to go from the list and then click to be teleported. But don't do what I did and choose Cop HQ in the 78th era, because that place does not exist and you will fall to your death unless you have the Invincibility cheat enabled. Anyway, the prison is a better choice of location, well, at least in this context, and you can mix it with the car spawner to play in new ways. In this case, I spawned the tank and I'm driving it in the Caterpillar tractor section of the prison escape mission. This mix made it feel like it's a different game, almost like a warfare game with the right perspective, which led to the camera settings section of this video. You can hide the head user display, which is great for screenshots, but more importantly you can move the camera around freely like a photo mod. You have to use the numpad to move the camera and check the correct settings in the hook menu, something I didn't do in this case, but I fixed it later. In fact, this free camera can do a lot, including tilting the view and freezing the game to find the perfect shot, which is important for some of the actions. It can also be used for short videos, such as the introduction to this video. But members of the driver Discord have already used the tool to produce better structured videos than mine, even if doing the chases in real time makes the task difficult. This is a miracle considering the lack of a film director in parallel lines, which partly explains why I haven't made many videos about this game on my channel, but that could change now. There are other features to play with, such as field of view editing. In this case I used values that were way too strong just for the demonstration, but you can adjust them to your liking. The speed tab is one of the few that has a toggle key, in this case F2, if you have enabled it in the tool settings menu. By default the game goes into slow motion as the value is set to 0.5, but you can choose whatever you want, including 0, which freezes the game when you press F2 and unfreeze it when you press it again. This allows you to take photographs. Again, it's possible to set exaggerated values, and the effect can be close to a time-lapse video if you go up to 70. After that, the game can't seem to keep up and you will lose frame rate. The World tab is all about the time of day, and you can choose any hours of day you like, and the effect is instant. You can also increase or decrease the speed at which time passes in the game. Finally, the Cheats tab allows you to activate Invincibility for yourself and your cars, and the same goes for Felony. On a more original note, you can also get Autofire, which means your weapons shoot much faster than they should, but that's what makes it fun. For further customization, the Weapons tab allows you to change various options of the weapons you are currently holding. And that's the end of this quick showcase. I think the best way to understand how this tool is a game changer is to try it out. Thanks again to Ermaccer, whose link to his website is in the description, for working on this tool and sharing it with us. I'm sure people will be able to create a lot more videos than what we had before, and maybe future updates will give more options for film directors to help with this content creation. It's also a great way to get back to enjoying the game and taking pictures if that's something you like to do. Feel free to share any content you create using this tool on the driver Discord and let us know in the comments if you have tried it. You can support my work by joining the Redriver Club and you will be thanked, just like my Red Rivers, DriverDimension.com, French Contact, Neurosynth, Tekonan YouTube, Paul Lanois, Mute, David Autosport and Denis Frontier. You can join the Redriver Club by clicking on the link in the description. In any case, see you soon, drivers.